Hey guys, Anthony here. I got dreadlocks and I thought I might do a monthly update video if anyone was interested. Um, yeah, so I've had them for a month now. I was going to do a video before I started of what my hair was like and stuff, but I've got some photos, so I'll pop them up. So we've got the first photo here is the night before, I think it was. It was the earliest photo I could find with no dreads. So I'm assuming that was maybe the night before. And I think I was just about to stream some Hearthstone, to be honest. Anyway, that's off topic. This next one is Tass doing the back. Starting off, showing Tam how to crochet. And that was the back four, real tight and sticky outy. And then that's a couple rows in. We've got again really tight, sticky outy. As you can see, all my ends, they're all curly and weird. They stayed like that for the first week until I pulled them in. There, hi. That's a bit rude. And then that was them done, finished. I've also got some photos of a set of dreads I did, my girlfriend did, about 6 years ago. So I'll pop them up so you can sort of compare where they're at, because those photos are from about a month old and these are also a month old. I think this set's a lot nicer. The last set I used a lot of wax, kind of over waxed. This set no wax, none at all. If you can see, they're a little bit fuzzy, and I do have a little bit of an issue with dandruff at the moment, so I'm not quite sure if, see, so like, it's not focusing, is it? But yeah, there's a little bit of dandruff in there, which I don't really like, so I've got to try to find something to fix that. I think it might be the shampoo I'm using. I'm using the Dreadhead HQ shampoo, which has sort of come highly recommended, but obviously everyone's head's different and I'm prone to dandruff anyway, so I'm not sure if that makes any difference. I suppose it would. So just recap the month. First week they were really tight and like sticky outy and looked like, what do you call them? Antennas? Yeah. So yeah, they were like all over the place and really tight and stupidly itchy. If you're going to get dreadlocks, be prepared for them to be itchy for the first week. I actually got really bad at one point. It's back here somewhere. There's no damage to the hair or anything. But I did scratch quite excessively. Just one night in my sleep, I woke up and my head was bleeding. So word of warning, careful, they're itchy. Apparently you can make a peppermint type spray. I didn't try that. I didn't know about it. I might look into it, but my head's not really that itchy anymore. I get the odd, sort of where I've been sweating or something, it'll get a bit itchy, but that's it. Otherwise, first week did a lot of crocheting. I think I crocheted way too much. That was pretty much the first 2 weeks was all crochet work. Probably shouldn't have done. I probably did more harm than good. But I was trying to get rid of, see how they're all sort of fuzzy on the outside. Apparently that'll go away with time. Like I said, I didn't have my last set long enough to know, so we'll find out, I guess, because I don't really want to do too much crochet work, because I don't want to damage my hair as much as or any more than I have, so we'll get that. That was week one anyway. Week one was just itchy the whole week, itchy and spiky, like sticky outy. Week two, so I'd had my first wash that Friday, and they seemed to loosen up a bit. Like the roots loosened up a fair bit, come away from the scalp, which was a godsend. It stopped them being so itchy. and hopefully they tighten up a bit. This is the 4th Friday now, so 4 weeks, and yeah, they're a little bit looser than my last set off memory, but like I said, I did use a lot of wax in the last set, so they were probably just held together with wax. So I don't know. We'll find out, I guess. I've got some weird lumps happening now. But yeah, so week 2, had the first wash. They loosened up a bit. Some of the tips come loose, sort of like this one. It's a little bit just straight hair. They're a bit tighter now than they were in week 2, obviously. So again, I hit them with the crochet hook, which I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials out there. I'm pretty sure Skill Teacher or Lazy Dreads also. No, I don't think Lazy Dreads does, actually. I don't think he likes the crochet. There's another guy, Colin something, the tattoo guy. You'll see him. He's another Caucasian fella with white fella with dreads, and he's a fairly neat. He tends to crochet by the sounds of it, just judging by some of his videos. Yeah. So anyway, week 2, crocheted them, and some of them, like you'll see, this one here, it's rather nice, neat, and straight. And then others not so, they're a bit fluffy and whatever, but I'm guessing that's because that's how sort of tight they were done in the first place. So because the backs were done first and we worked our way forward, the girls worked their way forward, and yeah, so the top thing is a lot looser than the bottom, but I'm sure they'll all work their way out, hopefully. So week 2, I've got a little list here, by the way, that's what I'm reading. Week 2, so crocheted, I pulled all the tips in, so they were all blunt, like this one, and there's a few on this side actually that have stayed blunt. So yeah, they were all blunt, and I thought they were looking really, really neat actually for 2-week-old dreads. And I didn't really do a lot throughout the week, other than obviously going to work and sweating a lot. That was about it. I did a little bit of crocheting, but I'm fairly lazy. As you can see, I can't really be bothered pulling all the fuzzies in. I do play with them a lot though. Like when I'm driving and stuff, I'll be rolling them with one hand while I'm driving, which is probably not good, but I get bored. My hands get bored, and they're there, and they're new, and I want to play with them. And that was about it. That's week 2. So, and then week 3, washed again on the Friday. I've put here dreads feel a bit tighter, and they probably did. To be honest, it was only last week, but they feel a lot more tighter now. That's not even English, is it? They feel a lot tighter now. Than they did then, so I'm just assuming that they're going to keep tightening until they can't tighten anymore, I guess that's how they work. Yeah, dreads feel a lot tighter. 30% of the tips come out, so most of the tips, well not most, but sort of most tips stayed in, but a fair few of them come out, and again they come out again because I washed my hair Tuesday just gone because I had a really dirty day at work, so, and then whatever was left sort of come out. I've got a fair few that have stayed in, but then there's others like this one where, let's have a look here in the camera, you see the end's a bit kinky. That's from where I've pulled it inside itself like that. So I had a little like latch hook, poked it through, pulled it back up, and then crocheted it in, and it held for the week, but that's it. And then it's obviously knotted up a lot at the elbow there, sort of the joint. So now I've got like little kinky tassely ends on some of them. One of them, where's the beaded one? I've got one bead in my hair, which I didn't really want to. I just put it in because the end was really loose. So I put it in there and it ended up coming out in the wash anyway. So I'll put the bead back on and we'll see how it goes. So that's another kinky tassely one, which sort of come from crocheting that all the way back inside itself. Otherwise, that's about it. Obviously, I've still got a heap of fuzzy hair that'll come through, that'll pull itself in hopefully eventually. It's summer now in Australia, so I live really close to the beach, so my hair's going to be a little bit dried out, I guess, from the beach and the salt water and all of that. Yeah, what have I written here? Oh, curly, weird, bumpy bits. That's what I was showing you before. Sort of, I can't even get a hold of it. This one here, you'll see there's like a little lump and some loose hair and stuff. I could probably pull that in with a crochet hook, but I'm trying to not crochet too much this week just to see how that goes, see if it works itself out. If not, maybe next week I'll crochet them. We'll see. Oh, speaking of crocheting, I also taught myself how to crochet. I've made 2 headbands for friends. That's about all I can do, is make headbands. So yeah, I'm gonna try and make a beanie or a tam, eventually. I just get bored. I haven't had a lot of work lately either, so that's been sort of what I've been doing to pass the time. But yeah, so I was making myself another woolen headband. I know wool's really silly for summer in Australia where it's like 35 degrees Celsius all the time. Yes, I have to say Celsius because I'm assuming there's going to be an American here that goes, oh, 35, that's freezing. No, it's not. It's fucking hot. Otherwise, that's it. That's been my month. It's been a pretty good month actually. I remember last time I'd cracked the shits by now, because they just weren't looking like dreads, and I can actually tie these ones back. They're a little bit longer. Well, I can tie most of them back anyway. The rest of them I just sort of tuck in, which is good for work because sometimes I'm a furniture immobilist. Ooh, choke on that. I'm a furniture immobilist, and if I, go to a, old person's house or something, they tend to look down on dreadlocks. They think that they're dirty and unclean and I'm a heathen, which, they might be right about the heathen bit, but, you get that. Well, before I go, I'll just do like a little once around of my dreads. So I don't actually know how many I have either, by the way. I'll have to get my girlfriend to help me count because I did start to count them. I had like 4 in one row, 9 in another, or 6 in the other, 9 in the next, and then I lost count because I was getting rushed. We had to go out and I wasn't allowed to play with my hair anymore. But yeah, so anyway, I will do a bit of a around just so you can see what they're like, and maybe I can see what the back's like. Yeah, that's my dreads. They're a little bit short, shorter than I was expecting them to come out, but obviously I've pulled the ends in and stuff, so like hair that was sort of down to my shoulders roughly, a little bit further on the back, is now, well, up here, isn't it, sort of up around my chin level. So I've lost about a third of the length, but I was expecting to lose length, so I'd been putting it off for quite some time actually, doing it. Yeah, and look at that, look at all that loose hair there. Anyway, that'll either work its way in or I'll just end up having loose hair on the front of my face, which I will have to pull in. Cool. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Cheers. Bye.